Super Wildcard Weekend kicks off on Saturday with a captivating AFC doubleheader. The Las Vegas Raiders, fresh off an overtime thriller against the Chargers, made the playoffs for just the second time in the past 19 years and will mark the first postseason appearance for Derek Carr. And although they'll have a short week and travel to Cincy to take on the Bengals, this team has proven they can thrive under adversity with 6 walk-off wins this season, the most since the NFL merger.
It feels cool. It's awesome. But, our goals, this is one of them, but there was more after that, too. We're excited, and we got to play a team that already beat us, so it's going to be tough.
For the Bengals, this is their first postseason appearance since the 2015 campaign, with their last playoff win coming over 3 decades ago. But it's a new era in Cincinnati with the potent combination of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. The Bengals are capable of going toe-to-toe with anyone in the AFC.
We've got a long ways to go and a lot of potential here, and we haven't even reached it yet.
In the nightcap, AFC East rivals, the Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots will meet for the 3rd time in Orchard Park in front of what is sure to be a raucous crowd. The Patriots come to the playoffs in a bit of a slide, having dropped 3 out of their past 4, but as always, it's task at hand in Foxborough.
Try playing coach well. It's a one-game season. It's no big mystery.
The Bills are coming into the postseason winners of 4 straight, including a double-digit win in New England in Week 16. But they're well aware that every matchup with the Patriots has a life of its own and will need to be on their A game to advance.
With the knowledge that we've gained over the last couple of years, obviously, like I said, I keep saying this, the main goal is to win the Super Bowl.
Who will rise to the occasion and take a step closer to reaching the Super Bowl? Super Wildcard Weekend is about to get underway.
Let's welcome in Emory Hunt, giving you expert picks for this wild card weekend game. Who wins, who goes home? We've done a lot of betting, Emory. Like I said, we're literally just picking the winner here. Maybe we'll talk about the spread a little bit, but this is who's moving on. You got a bracket. So let's start. We're going to go in order of the games. Raiders at Bengals. I'm not sure if the Raiders are exhausted or pumped up after that last game. You got Smokin' Joe, who's been smoking hot. Who moves on here?
I like the Bengals to move on. This game just reminds me of what the last time we saw when these two teams met in the playoffs. Bo Jackson's last game, I remember exactly where I was watching that. I hope everyone gets out this game healthy, but great story for the Raiders this year. But this is a Bengals team that is explosive on offense, can attack you in many different ways, and their defense is young, athletic, and aggressive. They'll take care of business against the Raiders.
Emory, how cold is it where you are right now?
It is a nice 17 degrees. I don't know if I'm frozen in time or is it that cold outside, because this squirrel hasn't moved for about a good 4 hours this morning, so it's cold outside.
Well, good thing you don't have to be in Buffalo. You're in New York. You're nowhere near Buffalo. It's going to be like the wind chills of -10. I literally just checked with the Weather Center. Patriots at Bills. We know Josh Allen is not good in cold weather. Who wins in this one?
I think the Bills will take this one. They got their revenge against New England the last time they played. The first time they played was in another game that was just like this one, very cold, very windy. I expect a lot of running. This may be the fastest game we'll see ever, because I don't know how you get out there and function in that temperature trying to play football. But the Patriots are limited, in my opinion, with Mac Jones. I think their defense, the Bills' defense, has a lot of confidence now based off the second matchup they had against the Patriots. They'll take care of business once again against their divisional rival.
Let's head into Sunday in a massive weather transition. We'll go from about wind chill -10 to a nice balmy 75 degrees in Tampa. Eagles at Bucs. The Bucs are getting healthy at the right time. Who moves on between these two teams?
What travels well? Run game, defense. The Eagles have the run game. Their defense has gotten better. The Bucs defensively, like you talked about, they're getting healthier, but I still worry about that Bucs offense. We don't know which component will be functional out there on game day, but I do know this. The one trait that Jalen Hurts and Tom Brady both share, that they're assassins out there on the field. They will fight to the end. They won't let their team down. I like the Eagles in the upset. Every week or every year in the playoffs, the first round, there's an upset. This is my upset pick of the first round. The Eagles offense, I think, fits perfectly to what they can do against Tampa Bay. Remember in that first matchup, they didn't run the football, and that game was rather close. Now they're running the football. Their passing game is a little bit more competent than it was earlier in the season. This is a very good Eagles team, and I think they're catching the Bucs at the right time.
Okay, so I need to ask you more on this, because this is a huge upset here. The Super Bowl defending champs are going to be out of it. So is it just the Eagles do everything right, or the Bucs going to have to do something wrong in this one?
It's a little bit of both. The Bucs will have to not stop the run, and the Eagles will have to not turn the ball over. When they don't turn the ball over, they tend to control the game. They keep it a close game based off how they play. It almost resembles how a strong run team in college can control the clock. That's what the Eagles do. They try to minimize possessions, and efficiency is the name of the game for a guy like Jalen Hurts. He's one of the more efficient quarterbacks in the game, which is why their offense tends to function. Where they also have to be better is inside the red zone. They're going to have to get 7 instead of 3. 7's won't beat Tampa Bay. If they can convert those opportunities into touchdowns, they'll pull off the upset, and I think they will.
It's not going to be Tampa Bay anymore. It's just going to be regular old Tampa Bay. 49ers, the Cowboys will stay in the NFC. I listen to a lot of podcasts across the country, and I kind of compare them. And I feel like this is the game most people are the most excited about. It does have the smallest line here. The Cowboys barely favored in this one. Who moves on?
I don't know why people are excited about this game. This was a clear one for me. Dallas wins this one easily because you have a banged-up Jimmy Garoppolo going up against an aggressive defense in Dallas that loves to get after the quarterback. They turn the ball over. And this offense for Dallas, I don't know if people know this, but they're very explosive too. They've put up 40-plus points 4 to 5 times this season. I think this one will be an easy one for Dallas, although the nostalgia kind of gives people thinking, oh, this is going to be a very tight game. No, it won't. Take the Cowboys to win.
So many things to say about that. So the NFC East, according to you, which has been the NFC least, is now moving on to have 2 teams moving through the wild card round of the playoffs. And by the way, the 49ers, Will Brinson and Pete Prisco, their best bet to not just cover, but to win this game. So I can't wait to see. I hope you guys put a bet on this one. All right, we got Steelers at Chiefs. The Chiefs, a huge favorite at home in this one. Who do you have winning?
You talk about the bad news Bears offense, the junkyard dog offense. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And again, they got into the playoffs. Their defense will be game, but I don't see them beating Kansas City here. I see the Chiefs being able to roll. And I know it's a double-digit point spread. Look for them to cover that spread, too, in addition to winning this game outright.
You just have me really confused on the 49ers Cowboys now. I'm still stuck on that one. I don't know what to do. Okay, finally, we get Cardinals at Rams on Monday night. The Rams are favored by 4. It's the 3rd time this season these 2 teams will meet. The series split so far. Who ultimately wins?
The Cardinals ultimately win. We've seen Matt Stafford play this before. It was 2011, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, the same type of game he played. He goes into the playoffs and lays a dud against the New Orleans Saints. I expect him to lay that dud once again against this Arizona Cardinals team who is also getting healthier. There are just too many weapons on the outside. I think their defense will do a much better job in getting off the field that plagued them in that second matchup. I want to say that first play, Aaron Donald sacked Kyler Murray. I don't expect that to happen again. I don't expect that offensive line to have that same type of issue. I expect the Cardinals to win here, picking off Matt Stafford at least twice in this game.
Okay, Emory, here is your bracket as it stands right now. In the AFC, you have the Bengals moving on, the Bills, the Chiefs as well. Over in the NFC, you got the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Cardinals. So a couple surprises there. He has the Eagles upsetting the Bills. Jeremy, any thoughts on that?
Upsetting
the Bucs, excuse me.
Well, I mean, it's a brave choice. Emory is a brave man. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I mean, it's his cross to bear.
Okay.
It's his cross to bear.
We'll see. I'm really curious. I have not actually looked ahead to see his pick to go to the Super Bowl, his pick to win the Super Bowl, but we do have Emory here. Emory Hunt, let's welcome you back in. Give us your path to the Super Bowl.
Well, you look at the matchups that we now have in the second round, and now we bring the Packers into play against those Philadelphia Eagles. I do think the Eagles' run of luck will stop here. Green Bay, to me, is just far too more explosive. I think they'll get the job done. The Titans and Bengals, I don't believe in the Titans at all. The Bengals, to me, are the better team. I don't trust Ryan Tannehill. Take the better quarterback in that ball game. I love the Bengals to move on. The Bills and Chiefs will move on there. The Chiefs defense, to me, has gotten significantly better over the back end of the season. I love them moving on to the championship game. And the Cowboys will get revenge against the Cardinals. To me, that's another one that you can trust. The Dallas Cowboys, I know they just recently lost to Arizona. Take that out of the equation. This Cowboys team is for real. Oh, and if we're talking about the AFC Championship game, this is a rematch I'm excited to see. I love the Chiefs to move on here. Defensively, they will make the play to move on to the next round, to the Super Bowl. And the Packers and Cowboys, another one of these vintage classic matchups. I like the Cowboys here. Their defense, to me, will be the key. I think they can take away Devontae Adams and force Aaron Rodgers to consistently go to other targets on the field. That's a win for the Cowboys defense. And this Packers defense, quiet as kept, has given up many big plays all throughout the season. This is a big play offense they're facing. I like the Cowboys move to the Super Bowl, and now we have the Cowboys and Chiefs. And to me, I'm going to give the Cowboys their first championship in quite some time, since we were watching VHS tapes on VCR. So the Cowboys do get the win here against the Chiefs. I just think this is their time. Dak Prescott is on fire. That offense, even though they're without Michael Gallup, you have a nice replacement in Cedric Wilson. The Cowboys will get their first Super Bowl since since before the iPhone, put it that way. Since a lot of stuff happened since the last time they won. But I do like Dallas over the Kansas City Chiefs in what will be a thrilling Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Since before most of their players were born, is Patrick Walker paying you?
The only one that pays me is CBS Sports HQ.
Oh, I like that. Okay, you have the Dallas Cowboys.
Wrong.
Yeah, Jeremy over here was like making faces. I was going to like throw up some papers or something like that. Winning the Super Bowl, Emory Hunt. Just expand on that a little bit more for Cowboys Nation and then all of those who really dislike the Cowboys.
Well, here's the thing. Offensively, we talk ad nauseum about Dallas and what they bring to the table. That's a given. They'll be fine on offense. But where they've taken the biggest step this season is on the defensive side of football. They're versatile up front. They get pressure on the quarterback. They're getting pressure on the back end. They're turning the ball over. So not saying they have the best corner in the game of Trayvon Diggs, but he's the best at taking the ball away, put it that way. And then when you combine that with the front end helping out the back end, it gives you a chance to win a lot of games. Oh, we haven't even talked about the Rookie of the Year on the defense side of football, and my pick for the Defensive Player of the Year, and Micah Parsons. That's a triple threat at the position. He can play the traditional linebacker role. He can blitz as a blitzer. He can rush as a rush in. So they're better defensively, and now they have the defense to go along with their offense. And I trust that the Cowboys will get it done this year for the first time since the 90s.
And they're going to Lambeau and be just fine. Emory, 12-1 odds and the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're just going to see how this all turns out. We'll talk to you very soon, friend. By the way, if you do want to check out the Cowboys' very first game going up against the 49ers, do you remember when people were getting slimed last year, Jeremy? Jeremy's just shaking his head repeatedly here.
I can't believe those picks. I love Emory. I love him. But it's gonna be a Bengals-Packers Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah, that's all making sense there. Everybody's picks are wild. Pete has the Bills winning the whole thing, or at least going to the Super Bowl. Everybody has their picks. It's crazy. Those are the games you can check out at CBS.
Wow.
And then also 49ers Cowboys. Someone's getting slimed in the end zone on Nickelodeon. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.